this video I've been thinking about making for at least 2 years now, and it's Pride Month. I am finally, comfortable with saying I'm gay, and it's been a long time coming for me to say that. I, struggled with my sexuality in elementary school and middle school, and then, finally came to terms with it when, I kind of reached high school. And so this is gonna be my coming out story / journey. So basically, it all kind of started in first grade when I had some friends and we were close, and they prompted me to do some things, and I was fine with that. I was like, it's whatever, we're young, who cares? So that was like the start of it. And then in third grade, I ended up liking my ex-best friend's boyfriend. And mind you, this is third grade, so we're young, we don't even know what like gay is, like we're still trying to figure out how to do multiplication. So I end up liking him, and she finds out, and she uses him to get to me to pretend that he likes me, and that hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. So after that situation, I never really talked about myself for the rest of elementary school, and then I hit middle school. And all the hormones are kicking and everything, so I was like, oh god, like what is this gonna be like? Like, I'm just not gonna talk about myself, I'm just gonna lay low, it's gonna be fine. And it was for the first 2 months, and then my feelings started to develop, and I finally liked my first real guy, and it was really interesting because I still didn't want anyone to know, so I was like, oh god, I cannot do this. So then I ended up hearing that there was a rumor going around about me, and I was like, okay, what's happening? Like, no, this cannot be. What? And so I was like, okay, this is not, no, I have to do something to cover up fast. So I literally asked out every single girl that I could. I think I asked out 10 girls. They were all my friends though, and they were all like, no. And I was like, okay, fine. And then my ex-best friend, she texted me while I was on vacation over spring break, and she was like, Tylen, I know you're gay, just tell me, it's fine, And when I was like, I'm not, because I wasn't ready, I just really was not ready, she threatened me basically with a huge insecurity of mine and a medical condition. She threatened to tell everyone that if I didn't tell her that I was gay. And I was like, that's really private and personal, and the fact that you're willing to go to those lengths to get me to tell you something that I'm not even ready to accept myself. So I ended up telling her, and she was like, I knew it, you could have just told me. And then I get back to school from spring break, and rumors are hotter than ever. I'm like, oh god, this is real life. I gotta deal with this. And so ultimately, I just didn't deny it, but I didn't admit it. Whenever someone would ask, I would deny it, but then if no one asked, I would just stay in my lane. So then at the end of 6th grade, I ended up having my first boyfriend, and it was good. But then in the event of that, this guy's mom commented on his coming out post 5 years ago, commented on his coming out post, and was like, do your parents know about this? Does the school know about this? This is super inappropriate. And she told the school, and the school made him come out to his parents, and he was not ready. So they took away his electronics, everything for a good year. So I kind of knew that was the end of our relationship. So then again, I didn't talk about myself much. I got asked a lot of questions, and things were thrown around, but I never And after that, I never denied anything. I just kind of was like, you know what, yeah, yes, I am. And is there an issue? But I was still so uncomfortable accepting it. But I would like say yes to people when they asked. So then I leave the school that I was in. I lived in Georgia. I left Georgia, went to DC for 2 years, and in DC I fell in love for the first time. And in DC I like experienced so much and like grew into myself so much. I found my voice, my personality. I went to like my first Pride. Like it was just so amazing, and I could not, nor would I not trade my DC experience for anything. Like that really was like a stepping stone, if not like the doorway into becoming like who I was meant to be. And I am so thankful that I got to experience that. And so then I came back to Georgia and I fell in love again. And I didn't really like know, you know, what to do. I was just laying low. I wasn't expecting a relationship or anything like that. And now it's like I have the most accepting friends who I consider family, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. And I have the most like best group of people that I could ask for. Now on to my family and how they reacted. I think like when I was younger, I would always like journal and stuff, and so like I would always like write my thoughts down. So I'd be like pros and cons, like of who I like and stuff, and there were some boys in there. So when I was young, like my parents would ask me, and I'd be like, no, like what? No, no. And I think they always kind of knew. I think deep down they were just like, he's just not ready yet. So they did like, you know, badger me about it. Then in 2016, I believe, 2016, on National Coming Out Day, I posted on Facebook, I was like, hashtag Happy National Coming Out Day. Yes, this is what you think it is. And that was kind of like my coming out. And I kind of regret it. I kind of wish I would have like had to sit down face to face and like, you know, actually talked about it. But I just felt for me that was like the quickest way to get it over with. So that was that. And then I had to deal with my biological mother because I'm adopted. And so my adopted parents, adopted siblings who like are my real family. That's why I was like calling them my family. They were all fine with it. And so I never really got my biological mother's take on it. She just kind of always referred to like guys that like I liked as friends, and I was just like, okay. And then she went to my adoptive dad and was basically saying that I got molested, which is why I'm gay. And that hurt because it's like, if that's what you truly think of me, like why are you being fake to me? Like why are you pretending to love me if that's what you truly think? So I ended up cutting her out of my life, and I don't plan to have her back into my life, because if that's how she thinks, like that's a really twisted way of thinking. And it sucks because I do have a little brother who I love so much, and I do not want him to grow up with that same mindset. You know, I want him to grow up in a loving, positive environment, and that is just toxic. So it does suck, but I just had to make, you know, the best choice for me. And I think the best choice for me was cutting her out of my life. So there's different like levels on how the people in my life reacted. Like either it was positive or it was negative, you know. And at school, I didn't even really come out. Like I was actually outed by this kid who I still to this day have not forgiven, because that was like my personal like business, and I needed to do it when I was ready, and I wasn't ready. And so I had a group of guy friends, and in that group of guy friends I liked one, and there was this other guy who kept badgering me, asking me questions about like who I liked, asking me if the rumors were true. And I was like, no. And then when he finally figured it out, like who I liked and everything that was going on, he decided to tell that person, tell some other people, and it obviously spread. And that's kind of the reason why I couldn't like deny it anymore. And then after that, I had my first boyfriend, and then all the other things happened. So that was kind of a big crucial part that I forgot. But yeah, like just the fact of like that, having that experience of being outed was not fun. And so now I'm here, you know, like 5 years later, happier than ever. And you know, the reason I'm making this video now is because there's so, like with the state that our country's in and with the things that are happening in the world, I think love is the like only thing that'll, you know, really keep us together. Like when people try to divide us, when obstacles arise, when, you know, war is happening, when families aren't agreeing on stuff, you know, any problem in someone's life, I feel like love from anyone, from a stranger, from an animal, just love in general will help and heal all wounds. And I myself am trying to love more and, you know, not really be as nonchalant with life. I'm learning to love everyone and accept everyone and for who they are and just be embracing. And I think everyone out there should do the same. I think if you know someone who's going through a hard time, or if you know anyone who just needs a little extra love in their life, you know, show them that love, take that initiative, take that step to be that, you know, light for them, be their lighthouse. And, you know, not to say like it's all positive and good, you know, you're gonna have down moments in life. I struggled with depression, anxiety, self-harm all through middle school and even through some bits through high school. So, and I could have used love in those moments. And I had it, but I didn't at the same time. I didn't have enough of it. Or I didn't think I had enough of it, and I did. It only takes one person, one. And I wanted more. I wanted more love when I had all the love I needed in one person. So if you are feeling, you know, any signs of depression, anxiety, or anything, and if you're LGBT, go to thetrevorproject.com or talk to the National Suicide Hotline. And it doesn't really matter, you know, get help if you need it. Mental illness is a real thing. Depression, anxiety, self-harm, all real issues that need to be talked about and dealt with. If you're an adult watching this, talk with your kids. If you're a teenager watching this, you know, really take the steps that you need to take to better yourself and really focus on you and your health. And just to everyone out there, like I said, love is the main thing. Like, I really believe that if we all show love to one another and really, you know, put love as our main guiding core, I think, you know, we really can change things. So thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any other questions, drop them down. If things needed clarification, drop them down. I definitely do want to start posting more. I definitely do miss YouTube. I watch YouTube videos all the time, so I definitely do want to start posting more. I just don't know what type of content I want to do yet, so this is just kind of like the first, like, kind of like a welcome back video, if you will. But, you know, thank you to my support systems out there. Thank you to, you know, my family, my friends, all of you guys. I would not have been able to get through any of that experience without you guys. So thank you, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.